Hey folks, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another wee weekly wrap up. Today's wrap up is going to come to you a little bit later in the day than normal. It's like 11 o'clock, which I'm filming this, and I start work in an hour. I'm not going to get this uploaded in time, but I can get it filmed. I'm filming it a little later today because I had the choice between filming this update and finishing Hero of Ages, and yeah, I finished Hero of Ages. Oh, now I'm. What do I do? Oh, I'm still processing the ending. I've given it 5 stars initially. It's probably going to stay 5 stars, but yeah, I'm still processing. I'm still processing that ending. Oh, Brandon Sanderson. He does know how to make you feel all of the feels, doesn't he? So let's dive into this. What have I been reading this week? Well, I finished Hero of Ages, so that was my audiobook. I finally finished it. I also I started last Friday. I think I told you I started Throne of Glass. Didn't get anything read at the weekend because I was way down south visiting family and doing a murder mystery with some friends. My character committed every crime except the murder. Shocking. It was so much fun. So yeah, didn't get much reading done at the weekend. So properly dove into this on Monday and finished on Tuesday. I've given it 4 stars. I'm not going to do a review for it because I think there's so much Sarah J. Maas content already on BookTube. Maybe later on I'll do sort of like a series review. Currently reading this as a read along. There's a read along going on that's hosted by Barb's Bookland over on her Bookworms Across Borders Discord server. So we're going to start book 2 next month. This is a really interesting one. I really enjoyed this. Obviously, I turned through it in like 2 days. It was a really quick, really easy read. I got really invested in some of the characters. Nehemia, that's how I pronounce her name. The princess is absolutely brilliant. I adore it. There was a bit of a love triangle. It's not gone the way I want it to, but then she broke things off at the end, and there's hope. There's hope. Um, there was more magic in it than I was expecting, which was a really nice, pleasant surprise. Writing wise, character development wise, some of the decisions and reactions characters made did twig me a wee bit. Yeah, I can see like a lot of people have been put off because of certain things in this, or like how the main character reacts from going from basically the pits of hell to a palace and just how quickly she adapts. But right now, I'm willing to give the benefit of the doubt because we don't know her backstory. We don't really know what her life was like before the pits. And you know what? It is YA. It's not expected to be the most brilliant piece of literature. So I think if you go into it just expecting a bit of fun and accept that it's not going to be like it's not going to win a Booker Prize or anything, then yeah, you're going to enjoy it. So that's everything I finished. What am I currently reading? So I've started The XX by Erin Sterling. It's on my Kindle. I'm really enjoying it so far. Again, it's another light, fluffy read. It's basically a magical rom-com set in the real world. So a contemporary magical rom-com, I think, is the best way to describe it. The tagline for the book is "Don't mix magic and vodka." So basically, the premise of the book is that our main character basically gets not dumped, but her boy did her bad. Uh, so she is over at her cousin's drinking vodka, and they decide to cast a curse that they never expect to take root on him. And it kind of does. And now, several years later, he's back in that town, and they kind of need to work together to figure it out. I'm not too far into it. I'm only about 5 or 6% into it. But so far enjoying, and yeah, just a really fun little read. I'm not expecting, again, great literary works. I don't think I'm in the mood for anything super spectacular and award winning. So it's suiting me perfectly right now. The next one I'm reading, I started, which I'm a little bit further into, I'm closer to the whole 10% further into it, is I started The Egyptian Mystery by Emily Organ, which is the latest in the Penny Green murder mystery series. I think I mentioned last week, I absolutely adore Penny. I think when I finish this one, I'm just going to do like an overall series review for this. Might go up next week at some point or within the next few weeks. That's what I want to talk about. Mostly just because I just want to talk about Penny and James and how much I adore them and how much I love just all of it. I adore this. So Penny Green, the series starts out with basically James approaching Penny, who is a female journalist, and because she was the last one to have seen an actress before she died several years ago, but this actress has turned up dead again. How does someone die twice? Um, and from there, you just get every book with them sort of like working together to solve this mystery or a murder. Penny not often, not always. Her help is not necessarily always required or wanted, but it's always appreciated by the end. And the dynamic between those two are just absolutely fabulous. I've been reading the series since the first book came out. They're a self-published series, and they're wonderful. So yeah, I'm not going to give you an exact date for when I'm going to do that, because that worked out so well last week when I could give my review for The Imaginary Friend 2 days late. Sorry about that, guys. But it happened. So yeah, no, at some point in the relatively near future, I'm going to try and convince you all to read the Penny Green series. So yeah, that's pretty much my reading plans for the week, are those two books. They're relatively easy, and I don't really have too much. I've got a little bit planned for this weekend, but not too much. It's not going to be like a whole encompassing filled weekend the way last week was, so I should get plenty of reading done this week, at the weekend at least, and then definitely through the week after work. So if I manage to finish those, I'm going to start The Christmasaurus and The Winter Witch by Tom Fletcher. I read the first book, which was just The Christmasaurus, which was utterly adorable, and it is just about the Christmasaurus and this little boy here whose name is William Trundle. And it's just about those two getting together with Santa's help, and it is a children's book, but I don't care, because even adults, pretend adults, we are allowed to enjoy children's literature, and there's nothing to be ashamed about that. I'm certainly not ashamed. I enjoy what I enjoy. But yeah, no, I read the first one a few years ago, and it was cute and adorable and heartwarming and fluffy and just perfect for the winter Christmas season. So I'm going to read this one next. I've got the third one on my shelf, which came out this year, which just spurred me on to read this one again. I haven't read this one. It spurred me on to go back to the series again. And I'm thinking maybe at some point in December, when it's a bit more seasonally appropriate, you will get a Christmas art review, because it's adorable. I mean, just look at the artwork. And because it is a children's book, you do get art like splattered throughout it. It's just, I can't see over, but yeah, it's really cute. It's really adorable. I know I'm going to have a lot of fun reading this one, and if it's anything like the first one, I'm just pretty much going to spend the entire time smiling throughout it, because it does just make you feel warm and fuzzy. In the first one, there's a scene where Santa is sitting on this giant egg, because the elves have just discovered this egg sort of like buried in ice in the North Pole, and Santa has to sit on it in the urn closet because he's the only one with a bottom big enough. And it's just that sort of humour. It's adorable. I'm going to stop here before I just ramble on even more and more about it. So yeah, let me know what you guys are reading, and I'll see you later, and I hope you all have a good reading week. Bye bye.